This is our amazing learner services team that meets every Monday. And as promised, we are going to share with you two big pieces of information today. One is just gaining an insight about our cadre processes, or just anything that we do for curriculum design, development, and enhancement. And then that second round of questions will be what our feedback structures are so that we can make informed decisions to impact our curriculum development. So this is the team. So team, say hi. Hello. And we will see who is the first brave person that would like to introduce themselves. And let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, team, because some of our friends may not know who we are if we don't work with them intimately throughout content area. And just share kind of a little bit about your curriculum development processes.
My name is Melissa Kelly. I'm the K-8 STEAM Learning Coordinator, and we are just beginning our curriculum development process.
Okay. Gary Loney, I am the Secondary Math Coordinator, and our curriculum development process works primarily through a cadre, through our math cadre of teachers, but we'll collect feedback from teachers throughout the school year. They have access on our Math Hub to submit feedback. We'll remind in PLC meetings as we go through, but we'll collect feedback both through that feedback form and through meeting with cadre. And then we need to typically do most of our curriculum revisions in our summer work. We'll meet for a few days in the summer. At this point in our curriculum, we've had it for about 4 or 5 years. So we'll meet in the summer, update the documents there.
Hi, I'm Becky Hunt. I'm the Director for CTE, Career Technical Programs, and we have over 80 CTE courses in Allen ISD. So most of the time we are playing catch up, trying to make sure that everything is updated. All of our documents are updated during the summer. So it's different every year what we actually take on and work on. New courses, of course, have to be developed. The ones that have certification implications have to be worked on, and those are done during the summer as well.
I'm Michelle Salas. I'm the LOTE and Professional Learning Coordinator, and we also have a similar cycle to those that were mentioned. We're in our 4th year of curriculum cadres now. We have cadre that meets once in the fall, once in the spring, and then we have a few days in the summer for curriculum writing, where we work on our development, revisions, and just customizations.
And team, if y'all would share some of those details, like when you come together, what some of that work sometimes looks like and sounds like, that might be interesting as well. And we can just popcorn around.
Guess we're going in order.
Yeah.
So we gotta cut
You're
that
up.
out. I'm Jeff Turner. I'm the Director of Fine Arts, and having fewer numbers of teachers in our programs, we would do curriculum work in the summer, not through cadre work throughout the school year.
I'm Liz Schultz. I'm the Secondary ELA Coordinator, and our structure is a lot like Gary and Michelle mentioned. As Jennifer mentioned a second ago, talk about what we do. So basically we have a group of teachers that comes together, teacher leaders. We have conversation, we sit down and we look at our year-long map and talk about, are there any big adjustments that we need to have in terms of pacing, large changes. We work through that, then we get into the nitty-gritty and we start working through our units and have conversation literally about each and every lesson or activity. We talk about what went well, what didn't went well, does it need more time? We balance that to looking at data. Are we spending the right amount of time on the skills that we need to? And just have a very long, lengthy conversation. Takes about a full day in the spring, and probably this year we're going to have to integrate some summer work, being that we have a lot of work to do with new TEKS.
I'm Emily Lutrick, the Elementary ELA Coordinator. I'll maybe pick up on that and talk more about what we're doing with new techs, because that's an experience in and of itself. So, for ELA this year, we have new techs rolling out K through 8, and next year we'll add pre-K and 9 through 12. And so this year will look a little bit different. We're going to use the spring and summer pretty heavily to align some of our current resources to the new techs. That's how you kind of start. That's the first priority. And then after that, filling in the gaps and supplementing some of our resources with other resources to make sure that we have a comprehensive set of curricular materials to support our curriculum. And so That work looks very different and involves lots of different teams. We have an instructional materials adoption team, we have cadre, we have a curriculum writing team, we have vertical TEKS team, and we have a team of instructional specialists that all contribute in different capacities to that work. But that will look anywhere from aligning the text vertically and writing clarifiers to aligning new resources that we're adopting to the text and the scope and sequence that we've established. So it's a pretty multifaceted process for us this year.
I'm Barbara Hinton. I am the coordinator of advanced academics and gifted and talented. My area of curriculum development is somewhat unique. At our elementary, we do have a pull-out program at 17 of our campuses. And with that, our curriculum is more along the lines of extension and enrichment of the gen ed classroom. We do have a very specifically designed framework for our what we call AIM program at elementary that supports the area of humanities and STEM. Our teachers collectively work on this. We continue to we meet about 3 or 4 times during the school year. We also do summer work as well to continue to make adjustments and edits as we move forward in really embedding a lot of those high-level strategies. As far as we also have a GATE Academy, that's a school within a school. We also have gifted in different course content areas supporting at grades 7 through 12. At the GATE Academy and at our secondary level in our gifted coursework, our teachers, first and foremost, they follow the content area foundation curriculum that is designed by all the content coordinators. And then we work with kind of, if you will, sort of a parallel document where we design sort of an overlay to support those gifted extensions and enrichment in an integrated fashion and embedding those real high quality gifted strategies.
Hello, I'm Larry LeDoux, Director of Professional Learning and Instructional Services, and one of the areas that we're working on this year is our technology application TEKS. And for those documents, originally there was not a cadre that created those. It was the work of the Tech ISs in conjunction with our core content coordinators that created those documents. This year we're looking at developing a team that will work on editing and updating those documents, as well as working on some other instructional technology areas.
Hello, I'm Kim White and I'm the Social Studies Coordinator, and I too use a cadre system to update our curriculum. What we've done in the past is usually we meet 2 times a year. Our first meeting is usually around the October-November timeframe, and the cadre will look at the units and lessons that we had done up to that point and make any recommendations for edits or changes. And then in the spring, we usually meet in February or March, and we look at that in between, what had we done in the classroom from our first meeting to the second meeting. And then when we would meet in the summer, then we would do from that second meeting in February through the end of the year. And we would look at the clarifiers, the lessons, the assessments, and make any suggestions or edits to those documents. This year, we're also getting new TEKS. So right now, what my cadre is doing is we are looking at the clarifiers that we have for our student expectation statements, and we are making edits to those so that when our new TEKS get finalized and we rebundle our curriculum and create the units of study, we will have those clarifiers ready to embed into our new units.
I'm Katie Snyder. I'm the elementary math coordinator, and our system is pretty similar to everyone else's. We work through cadre twice a year. The first semester, we typically do new learning around something. So, for instance, last year we did new learning around numberless word problems. And then when we came to our spring meeting, our cadre members had practiced with those and were able to add those resources into the curriculum document. This year we did the same thing. We did new learning around learning progressions, and then after the cadre has experienced that and tweaked that, we'll work on that again in the spring to add those into the documents. At this point, we're really tweaking our documents because we've already been through a couple of years with the new implementation.
My name is Jason Bowman, K-12 Science Coordinator. 2 years ago, we started with a new vision for science, which is we do science. So our cadres are structured very similar to everybody else's. We have one meeting in the fall, one meeting in the spring, and then most of the time a couple of days in summer. So in that fall meeting, we kind of started looking at what it means to believe that we do science and what learning we needed to teach the cadre of teachers, which we pull about 4 to 5 teachers per grade level, K through 6, and then about 2 to 3 people per grade level, 7 through 12. So we did a little bit of learning about the process of science and experimental investigations and how we can incorporate those into the curriculum. And so we took all of that work, and over the last year we rebundled our process TEKS to make sure they were included with the content standards, which was a little different than we'd done it before as well. So we're always looking for ways that we can really impact the teachers through those teacher cadres, and that was one of the things that we've done most recently.
I'll swirl it around and catch Melinda back here. So hi, Mandy.
Hi, I'm Melinda Smith. I'm the coordinator of K-12 physical education and K-8 coordinated school health. Well, this is our second year for cadres. We met last year as a beginning group, and so we're just trying to wrap our heads around what we're dealing with right now. Our focus right now at the K-8 level is trying to get our coordinated school health program up and running, and we've been really working through that, through our lessons and through our themes that we have throughout the school year, as well as our parental involvement components. So that's what we're doing right now.